Silver has a way of reaching into your soul a bit, doesn't it? Especially when you have pieces that have more meaning than just their weight or even, quite frankly, their value as collectibles. And when you lose a member of a community, like we recently have with Dean Lorman, Tomoko's Enterprise, who made these little tiger heads and these silver chopsticks, it kind of hits home a little bit. And it does make you think about your own mortality a little bit. So not only are we going to pay some tribute to a fallen community member, but we will also think about how we can protect our legacies and our stacks when we do shuffle off our mortal coils, whether it be in 50 years' time or unexpectedly. It's always worth thinking about these things. So let's dive in, pay some tributes to one of the kindest people that I've ever known, and talk about silver. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. Although this ramble does have somewhat of a somber tone to it, as we have lost a member of the silver community. Tomoko's Enterprise, some of you may have known him as Dean Lorman. He was a silver pourer as well as YouTube, although he hasn't been particularly active on YouTube over the last few years. But I've just learned that he passed, either in December or January, we don't know exactly when, but Silverback Stacker has shared the news on his channel, and I wanted to do a bit of a tribute because Dean was an incredible person, an incredible creator, an incredible silversmith, as well as a friend and supporter of Backyard Bullion. He bought our products every year for the last 8 years since he got started, and I bought a bunch of his stuff throughout my tenure as well, these silver chopsticks being the most amazing pieces he ever created for me, as well as these beautiful little tiger heads. So this video I want to serve as a tribute to Dean and to say thank you to Dean for everything he's done for me, for the Backyard Bullion poured pieces, and for the community, because he will be missed. He really will be missed. So go and check out his channel and give him some posthumous views, likes, shares and comments. That would be amazing. It's a shame that he didn't make it to our 75,000 subscriber milestone. I know he'd have loved to seen it. He was always such a incredible supporter of what we were doing here on the channel and so many other channels as well. It was really so nice to talk with him and email back and forth all the time. He was always asking after Mrs. Backyard Bullion and everything. And he really did use silver and YouTube as a way to reach out. For those that don't know Dean and his story, he lost his wife of decades and decades and used silver and YouTube as a way to keep going and keep his mind engaged. He absolutely loved it and lived for it, and it was a real privilege to work with him on getting some pieces over here. These little tiger heads, for example. It's amazing. So he will be sorely missed. Dean, we really will miss you, and thank you for everything that you've done. And it does somewhat bring home that mortality, doesn't it, when somebody you know passes. And it does make you think about what will happen when I go. What will happen to all of my silver and gold to a certain degree? I would hope that the plans that I have for my gold will be brought to fruition by the time that I do shuffle off my mortal coil. But unfortunately, you cannot necessarily plan when that will be. If you have, unfortunately, a long drawn-out illness, perhaps you can take some steps and measures to prepare for that eventuality, but sometimes that might just come out of the blue, and that would be a real shock for a lot of people around you. And the real sad thing is about precious metal stacking is that a lot of the time it can be quite a solitary thing. It can be quite a lonesome hobby in a way. You don't really want to go and tell all of your mates, friends and family about your silver stacking and what you've got going on with your silver. It can be a very lonely game. So what do we do to prepare? Well, I mean, without giving legal advice on wills and the like, it would be very prudent to have a will, but also perhaps with those that are close and those loved ones that you've got that know a little bit about your silver stacking, explain to them about what is most important to you. And the reason I got all of my community box pieces out here, even the box itself made by Tasmanian Silver Stacker back in the day, I remember seeing the boxes that he made and kind of getting in touch with him. And it's when I had a channel of only like 100 subs, and it's like, yeah, would you ship to the UK? And yes, but it will cost a lot of money. And I'm like, that's fine, I really want one of your boxes. And I got a box and I started filling it with all these community pieces. Hey, look, gosh, there's even some more of these little tiger heads in here from Dean. God, it brings back so many memories in here. It really does. And anyway, point is that these bits of silver here mean more than their value in weight, or even more, quite frankly, than their value as a collectible piece of poured silver. There are pieces in here that mark my journey, my history through YouTube, through silver, through the change that I made in my life. Big change to go from employment to self-employment, from self-employment to doing YouTube and silver, and everything that comes with that, and everything that we've built from that. And I can't even fathom the idea of getting rid of these pieces. You know, there are pieces in here that continue to inspire me. Bunker Bullion, Hi-Ho Silver himself, with this incredible air pocket cast bar. I don't quite know what even to describe it. It's one of the most incredible pieces that I've got. There are pieces in here that bring back happy memories to me so fondly. And do you know what? Actually, I don't think they are here. I think they're in a separate baggie in my safe, and I haven't got them. Mr. Zeke, I have a whole bag of Mr. Zeke stuff. Mr. Zeke was one of the most influential pourers, along with Hi-Ho Silver, to my entire silver pouring journey. Now, the story about Mr. Zeke is an incredible one, and you can't make up these kind of stories because they are special and they speak to history and everything that we have built as a community. And I remember these two pieces in particular when I saw that he was pouring these little Tree of Life rounds. He'd had the mold created and he was making a little run of them. And he said it would be a very limited run, and to give everyone a fair shout, he would release them at a certain time, at a certain date, and first come, first served. And I remember going, oh no, we're going to be away in the middle of France on holiday at that exact time. How am I going to be able to get them? And of course it's a US time, so it was literally sort of 3 a.m. with the time difference. So I set an alarm for like 2:35 in the morning, got up, had some coffee, got ready to go, got the laptop fired up with the really bad internet connection in this tiny little village in the middle of France, managed to secure the limited editions, one of two of his 3-ounce piece and his 1 and a bit ounce piece. And then of course I got them through to the UK. And I just remember that, and that history, that waking up at 2:30 in the morning to get these pieces, it just means way more than the value could ever be attributed to those pieces of silver. It's a real special thing, and it's something that I think gives more value than just monetary. Like the inspiration that I've taken from every single one of the silver pourers, too many on this table to name. For sure, there's some fossil metals in the UK. There's other talented silver pourers, B Silver, Riverbank Silver. We've got a little box of those there. We've even got some, I think these from the original Silver Stan, another UK silver pourer. There's just so many pieces here to showcase and talk about and enjoy. Canadian Silver Saver, very, very talented YouTuber. Sadly, he chose to just stop doing YouTube. I wish him all well. I hope he's all right and doing wherever he is. I remember having good long chats and catch-ups with him. Silverback Stacker, I think, made 1 or 2 of these beautiful pieces of weaponry here. You know, they just have so much meaning to them. So what can we do to kind of protect ourselves, protect our family, protect our interests in a certain way? Now, look, there is, of course, a financial element to all of these pieces in here. I think there's a really cool Hi-Ho Silver piece in this baggie here. There's always a financial element to these kind of things for sure. And what I would say is it would break my heart. Yeah, oh my goodness, the original Bunker Bullion. Look at that. There would be a real sad part of, even if I'm dead and gone and don't know about it, there'd be like, I think my ghost, my soul would be sad if Mrs. Backyard Bullion just dropped these all over to a bullion dealer and we got less than spot price for them. They you know, I understand that those that are left behind after one goes might not have the same attachment to these and the same feeling about these as others, but from my perspective, they remind me from where I've been, where I'm going, where I want to go on my journey as a human being in this world, as somebody who really just wants to continue enjoying what he does, and it always gives me great pleasure to get this box out. I need to get this box out more and showcase it more, I think. Ollie's Silver Bars, really talented UK silversmith, made these little pieces of 8, and I think he did these little Lego blocks over here as well. Absolutely amazing work, really, really good. So prepare your loved ones, I guess, is what I'm trying to say from this message. I know that Mrs. Backyard Bullion knows about this kind of stuff in this box, and this box has special meaning beyond just the weight of the silver that's in it. Whether or not, of course, if I'm dead and gone, she will continue to enjoy this stuff as I do. I would hope that she would enjoy some of it. The silver chopsticks I know that we really like and we keep for very special occasions. They're really nice, really good from Dean. But ultimately, be prepared. You know, if you are going to have that honest discussion with a partner, with a loved one, with family, friends, whoever it is that you might be leaving a lot of this stuff to in the future, whether it be poured silver. I mean, I'm using a lot of generic stuff here as poured silver because these have extra value for me. But if it's just your bullion stack, if it's just rolls and rolls of Eagles or Britannias or big kilo bars of silver, prepare your loved ones a little bit. Tell them that having a dealer just give you spot price for a lot of this stuff might not be the best thing to do. There are going to be premiums in a lot of this stuff. You know, if I genuinely wanted to sell this, I wouldn't take it to a dealer. I'd be putting individual pieces up for sale. They have different meanings and looks and feel to them that people will want and like, and the stories behind some of these pieces. And we've even got a piece here from the biggest silver tuber on them all, Silver Dragons. You know, it's really special to have, and they do not warrant or worth or have the worth of just spot price. They have way more than that. So prepare your loved ones. Think about how they're going to cope with it. If you're just going to sit there and be blindly ignorant to ever selling any of your precious metals, because that's never going to be you and never going to what you want to do with your money and your legacy, that's not necessarily what other people are going to do. And so just think about it, have that discussion with it. It's a pretty horrible discussion to have, morbid discussions to have, but it is the important thing to do. So lots of really kind of interesting insights to take away from the little hit to home mortality that comes from losing a community member. And I will encourage you all once again to go over to Silverback Stacker. Well, go and say hello to him as well, because he shared the news, of course, but go and say hello to Dean, Tomoko's Enterprise. I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below, and you can just see what a wholesome and kind-souled person he was. And you'll be missed, Dean, and you'll be remembered as well. That's, I think, an incredible thing. And that's, I think, what I'm going to finish on this note with, is that there are silver pourers and silver stackers from around the world that will forever live in my stack, maybe into future generations of my stack. It's pretty cool to think about that. And likewise, there will be pieces of mine that I did trades with a lot of these people that will be there and that will be enjoyed and cherished as much as I cherish some of these other things. This big giant axe, AG Mac. There's too many in here to even individually name, but there's a lot of very, very cool pieces. Metals Mafia. Pit Bullion. There was definitely a Pit Bullion round over here somewhere I saw in the little box. Can't see it for now. Silver Bean Counter. There's another one. There was the MK bars, community bars that we had come out. Those were incredible. High Five Silver. Canadian Silver Saver. There was another one. These were Beaver Bullion, I think, made these. Maybe Canadian Silver Saver poured that one, but there was some Beaver Bullion stuff from Canada as well. More Bunker Bullion up here. Silver Vessel. Silver Vessel. Oh, so many good memories that cannot be replaced. Anyway, there we go. Now, for those who are looking for a cool kid comment, I think we know what we're going to have to comment. Tomoko's Enterprise. Comment that in the comment section below, and not only will we remember Dean, but you'll be entered into our 75,000 subscriber giveaway special super secret squirrel draw, where I will choose a random video and a random cool kid commenter at 75k, and you'll win a prize. And I don't know, I think maybe it should be a Dean Lawman prize. Maybe we'll give away a few of these little tiger heads so that you all can remember him. Maybe we'll do that. That would be nice. Nice way to remember Dean. He will be missed. Such a nice person, and I do want to I'm sorry, I'm rambling, I know. well, I do get a little bit emotional about this because Dean was one of those kind-souled people that would always ask you how you are. And every year he would email me and say, in fact, I was going to be looking out for his email in the coming weeks and months for our 1 ounce silver forum bars. He'd always email me and just say, put me down for them this year. I'll be more than happy to take them. And that won't happen. I've just realised that now. That won't happen. And that's not me moaning about the loss of a customer from a financial perspective. That's because he always emailed beyond just, I'll have them. He was always asking about Mrs. Backyard Bullion, about how it was going, the milestones that we were achieving. Sad. Anyway, rest in peace, Dean, and you will not be forgotten. See you on the next video all. As always, please make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe for more.